everybody, it's Sandy, your fitness professional, and welcome to another video. Hey guys, let's talk really quick about the glutes before we get started. Now, the gluteus group of muscles, okay, they are actually considered an essential aspect for lower body movement. And so they are actually comprised of three separate muscles that work synergistically together. Now, the first muscle is the gluteus maximus, okay, it's a very large muscle, and then you have the gluteus minimus, and then you have the gluteus minimus, okay? Now, the gluteus maximus actually covers over on the top of the other two muscles, the gluteus minimus and the gluteus minimus, okay? And they are so essential, say, for body movements where you're doing hip extension, okay, when you want to get that torso up in the right position, or say for instance you're sitting in a chair, okay, and you stand up and you want to get that full extension of the body, okay, in an upright position. They're also essential for taking the bone here, the thigh bone, in a medial rotation, okay, and then a lateral rotation, say as if you're going to take a step out, all right. And they're so much involved in walking, okay, they're involved with running, jogging, bicycle riding, all different types of athletics, and whatever you're doing at your job, just lower body movement. So it's important to keep these muscles loose and flexible, all right, because we don't want to have the stiffness going on and back pain going on and can't get up out of the chair. So you want to be able to stretch them out and keep them loose. So what I'm going to do is give you 6 exercises that you should be able to perform at home and by yourself, okay, that will help release those tight glute muscles, all right, to give you more fluidity in movement, all right? So let's get started. Okay, guys, here we are. We're on the floor, okay? And so what we're going to do is kind of lay back on our back, okay? Then I'm stretch this glute out, all right? So the leg that is going to be stretched will be bent, and the other leg will be straight out. And I'm going to do this in 2 different views so that you can see from one side to the other, okay? So the arm that's at the same side where the leg is bent, you want to pull that out to the side, all right? One leg straight. Now you want to take this leg that's flat on the floor or bent like this, and then what you want to do is put it at a 90-degree angle, all right? Then you're going to take the opposite arm, put it somewhere underneath the knee or a little bit up on the thigh, and gently rotate the hip a little bit, pulling the leg, okay? And you should start feeling a tightness going on. That's the beginning of the stretch response, where the body is resisting the stretch for about 30 seconds. So you want to hold it there for at least 30 seconds. And then if you don't feel a release from the tightness, go ahead and bring it back out again. Okay, wait a few seconds and then bring it back over again, nice and gently till you start to feel it. Now, everybody's bodies are a little bit different, so you may need to play around a little bit with the position of the thigh and when you start to feel the tightness. And when you start to feel the tightness in the butt, then you know you're in the right area, okay? And then bring it over. What you don't want to do is keep rotating the hip bone over like this, okay? What you want to do is try and keep the hips flat on the floor and just bring the leg over nice and gently till you start to feel that stretch in the buttocks. Okay? Now, I'm going to go ahead and do this in another position so you can see what's going on the other side. Okay? So what we did was we took the one arm here where the knee is bent, put that out to the side. Okay? Take the leg that's bent, bring it up to a 90-degree angle, okay? Take your opposite hand, put it, I don't know, not underneath the knee, but up a little bit onto the thigh. And then what you're going to do is gently bring the leg across like this till you start to feel the stretch. Like I said, you may have to play around a little bit to find it, but once you start feeling it in the glute area or the buttocks, then you know you'll have the stretch, okay? And then just hold it there for 30 seconds or so, or at least till you start to feel the release, okay? And then once you start to feel the release, Then you can pull it a little bit more, and now again, you'll probably start feeling a tightness once again, and then we start the cycle all over again, waiting for the release. And if you don't feel the release, back off, okay, a little bit, wait a few seconds, then bring it back around, okay, over nice and easy, and feel that stretch. Okay, that's one form of stretching for the buttocks, and that's how you do it. Okay, guys, here we go. Stretch number 2. So we're going to need a chair with no wheels or casters, right? And so we're going to be sitting down, nice and relaxed. This is the pigeon stretch, okay, version. There's many different versions of how you can do this, but we're going to do it sitting in a chair. All I'm going to do is sit up straight. I'm going to bring one of the legs, okay, and the leg that you bring over is the side that you're going to be stretching, okay? That's an important note. And all you're going to do is sit like this, almost bringing the ankle to knee area. And all you're going to do is take your hands here. You can cup them like this. You can hold it like this. It's a preference. And all you're going to do is bring the knee, aim the knee towards the opposite shoulder. So you're just going to bring it up like this. And then you start to feel a little bit of a stretch going on in there, or the tightness. Okay, the tightness again is the beginning of the stretch reflex. Okay, where the body's resisting the stretch for at least 30 seconds. So you want to hold it there for 30 seconds until you start to feel the release. If you don't feel the release, it's probably overly tight. Then just bring the leg back down. Okay, and then you restart it again. Okay, so then you bring it back up again. Feel that tightness. Okay, and then you might be able to go a little bit further with that as well on the second round. All right, so you can pull it. Okay, and hold it there for 30 seconds or until you start to feel the release. Okay, and then bring it back down. Now, another way you can do that is instead of coming up, we're going to go in the opposite direction. So all we're going to do is hands on top of the thigh and the leg here, the knee. And all you're going to do is push down on it, okay, and then you start to feel a tightness or a resisting of the stretch going on inside the butt and the hip area. Okay, it'll feel like you'll feel that in that whole area there. Okay, hold it down there for at least 30 seconds or so until you start to feel the release. If not, then release it back up. Okay, then go back down, wait a few seconds, then go back down again, sitting up straight. Okay, and nice and gently push down till you start to feel that tightness again. Hold it there till you feel the release. Okay, and of course, when you do the one leg, you got to do the other. So we're going to go in the opposite direction towards us. All right, bring it up towards the opposite, okay? The opposite shoulder, hold it there for 30 seconds or so, feel the release, or you can go in, I should say, go in the other direction, press down with it, okay, until you feel that tightness again, 30 seconds or so, and release. Okay, that's how you do it in the chair, all right? Let's start with the next one. Hey guys, looks like we're back on the floor again, from the chair and to the floor. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to do the pigeon stretch, kind of like what we did on the chair, but on the floor, so it's a more advanced step, okay, in this stretch. All right, so what we're going to do is get back on the floor again here like this, okay, and I'm going to turn a little bit like this here on the angle so you can see better, all right, and what we're going to do is we're just going to bring the leg across, kind of like what we did in the chair, all right, and we're going to take our arms here like this. And what we're going to do is raise this leg up, okay? So the leg going across the chest is on the leg, bringing that leg up, okay? And then we bring this leg like in a 90-degree angle, all right? Now, if you start to feel a stretch, what you're going to feel is a stretch, okay, on the leg that's going across your chest, okay? That glute, that butt muscle right there, you're going to start feeling it, all right? And now if you feel it, the stretch going on right there, the tightness, okay, which is the 30 seconds so that the body's resisting the stretch, okay? So you want to hold it there for at least 30 seconds. And then if you don't feel the release, bring it back down again, give yourself a break. It can be torturous sometimes, right? And then bring your leg back up again, okay? Feel that stretch going on. Okay, hold that there for 30 seconds. Now, if you start out and you bring it up here and you don't feel the tightness or the stretch reflex going on, okay, what you want to do is we want to advance the next step into the stretch. So what we're going to do is take the arm that is on the same side of the leg going across the chest. You want to needle it, thread it through, okay, underneath to the thigh, okay, to the opposite leg. Take the other hand that's free and interlink the fingers, okay, on that hand on the back of that thigh. And then all you're going to do is bring this leg towards your head. All right, so you're just going to bring it towards, okay? And now what you're going to feel is, more than likely, the stretch going on in the glute, okay, with the leg going across your chest. So that butt, okay, attached to the leg going across your chest, that's where you're going to feel the stretch, okay? And so then you would hold that there for 30 seconds or so, okay? Now what I find is if I bring this leg up like this and pull it a little bit further, I feel more of an advance on the stretch, okay, which I do feel something right now, okay? And then hold that there for 30 seconds or so till you feel the release. And if you don't feel the release, back off again, okay, for a few seconds, and then bring it back towards you again in that direction towards your head, all right? Okay, so that's the pigeon stretch, okay? I'm going to do it again in this direction, okay, so you can see it on the opposite side, okay? All we did was, okay, cross this over, one leg. It's going to cross over from the chest or across the body, okay? Then you're going to take the leg where the foot is on the floor, bring that up, okay, at a 90-degree angle or so, and then you should start feeling a stretch going on back here in this part of the leg, okay? And then what you want to do is, if you don't feel it, you want to take the arm that is on the same side of the body of the leg that's crossing over the chest or crossing over the body. Take that, needle it through, hello, right there. Take the free hand, bring it underneath that leg, okay, that's at 90-degree angle here, all right? And interlink the fingers together underneath the thigh and pull it towards you, okay? And then you should start feeling a stretch somewhere back here, okay, on the glute, okay? And hold it there for about 30 seconds or so, then release, okay? Then go back in and then pull again, all right, till you feel that stretch, okay? And like I said, you can straighten that leg out a little bit, and then I feel like I can get more of a flex or more of a stretch out of that. Okay, hold that there for 30 seconds or so until you feel the release, okay? And that is the pigeon stretch on the floor. That's how you do it. Okay, guys, we're still on the floor, okay? And so this next stretch that we're going to do is called, typically called 90-90 or 90 degrees, okay? And so what we're going to be doing is making both knees at 90 degrees, okay? So the leg that's out in front of you is the glute or the butt that we're going to be stretching, all right? So what you want to do is kind of put your hands in front of you like this, body up straight, okay? Not flexing like this, and lean forward, okay? And you should feel that stretch, okay, in the buttocks. I feel something right now going on, so you want to hold it for about 30 seconds or so, okay? And if it's still too tight, not releasing after 30 seconds, give yourself a break, come back up for a second, you know, get a sip of water or something, and then go back into it again, okay? Keep the body up straight, don't flex the spine, okay? Go down, feel that stretch, okay? And then release, okay? And then of course, you know, you want to do the other side as well, so you can put, okay, again, 90 and 90, okay? This is the leg out in front of you here that we're going to be stretching the glute, okay, that you can't see in the video, and it's on the back side here. That's the leg, or that's the glute you're going to be stretching. So we're going to be up in a position like this, not flexing at the spine, hands out in front of you, and just lean forward, okay? And then you're going to feel that stretch going on, okay? And 30 seconds, and then release, okay? So this stretch is really, really good for those who have issues or can't get in the positions of the pigeon stretch that I was performing before. So this one works really great. That's how you do the 90-90. That's it. Okay, guys, we're up off the floor finally, right? So this next stretch that we're going to be doing is more like an active or a dynamic stretch. Okay, so the previous stretches that I was doing before were basically called static stretches, where you just stand still and stretch that muscle out. This is more like a runner stretch, or people that jog, run, even bicycle riding, okay? You may want to do more of a dynamic or an active stretching routine. So, and all we're basically going to be doing is we're going to be bringing one leg up and then bringing it in towards the chest and then step down. And then bring the next leg up, bring it into the chest and bring it back down. And what you'll feel is some stretching going on as that leg is coming up and towards the chest, okay? So it would look kind of typically like this. You take a step, bring it in, take a step, bring it in, take a step, bring it in, okay? And that's basically it. And then you would probably do maybe 10 of those or 12 of those in a straight line, turn around and do it again, okay? So that is like called the runner stretch, okay? It is a active dynamic stretch, okay? For you active dynamic people that like to do jogging and running, okay? And even bicycle riding, all right? That's how you do it. Okay, guys, we are now at our last stretch. And so this particular stretch, okay, is really, really good for those who have like really, really tight buttock muscles or glutes, all right? And so what you can be using is a tennis ball or a lacrosse ball, okay? And basically what we're going to be doing is just sitting on it, all right? And so when we sit on tight muscles, okay, what happens is what we're trying to do is we're trying to take the tangled up muscle fibers and compress them so that they're at their length and tension positions, okay? So a weak muscle is weak, but also a tight muscle can be considered also weak because it's tangled up and it's tight and it can't perform or pull the bones as what the demand is calling for it to do. So one of the best ways to release those tangled up tight muscle fibers is to compress it down from being bundled up and compressing it flat so that it's nice and straight and flexible. Okay, so you could do this with a hard chair, you can do this on a hard tabletop, and you can do it on the floor. So first, I'm just going to demonstrate it on the tabletop here, okay, with the tennis ball. So we have our glutes back here, so all we're going to do is take it and sit on it, okay? And now we're sitting on I'm sitting on the tennis ball, okay? And you're just going to roll around, okay, on the butt, roll around till you find a hot spot, or I should say a spot that feels a little bit on the painful side, okay? Now the reason why it's going to be painful is because muscle fibers are attached to the neurological system, okay, the nervous system. And so when they're bundled up like this and you're trying to tell it to relax, okay, it's fighting it and it doesn't like it, so it's going to send a nerve signal to the brain and tell you, hey, this hurts. But we want to kind of stay on it, okay, for a few seconds, okay, and if you can't take the pain, then roll off of it, okay, and wait a few seconds, get your composure back, and then sit back on it again and roll around till you find that hot spot again, then sit on it. But what you'll feel is, as you're sitting on it, you'll feel it kind of fighting a little bit on it, and then eventually what you'll feel is the pain will subside as the muscle begins to relax out and the muscle fibers flatten out, okay? So the tennis ball works really well, okay, on a hard surface. This table is a massage table, so it's a little bit on the softer side, but I did feel a little something in my glute there when I did that. The lacrosse ball is much harder, okay? So you can sit on that, all right, and then roll around, okay, and see if you can find a hot spot there. You can do it also on the floor, okay? So we'll sit on the floor here. We'll take the lacrosse ball or, okay, the tennis ball, okay, and then sit on it, okay, a little bit like that. Okay, you may want to prop yourself up a little bit like that and try and find, oh, I think I found some things going on in there, all right, and try and roll on it like this. Now, what you can do on the tabletop or the chair, okay, is another advanced position is you take the lacrosse ball or the tennis ball, sit on the ball and cross your leg, okay? And the leg that you're sitting on, okay, or I should say that the lacrosse ball is on, or the tennis ball is on, okay, you want to take the opposite leg and cross it over and lean back a little bit. Lean a little bit to the side, okay, on that leg, and add a little bit more pressure. So what we're doing is we're adding a little bit more pressure inside that glute. You can do that also on the floor, okay? Sit down on the floor, take the lacrosse ball, sit on it, prop yourself up a little bit, okay? It's a lot more harder, okay, with the lacrosse ball, okay? So if you take the tennis ball, a little bit softer, still want to bring yourself up a little bit, gliding yourself with your heels, and then you can cross your leg over, and now it digs in a little bit deeper in there, okay, releasing those tight muscle fibers. Again, you can do that on the tabletop, you can do that on the chair, you can do it on the floor. That is how you release those tight muscles in your glutes. That's how you do it. Okay guys, that concludes our video for today. I've given you 6 different, or actually 5 different stretches plus the 6th one, okay, where we sit on the lacrosse ball or the tennis ball, okay, releasing those muscle fibers. And hopefully that these 6 that you can do will bring you some relief. Okay, remember consistency and doing it on a normal basis, okay, is very, very important. Okay, you can stretch anytime. There's no time limit on stretching, but when you stretch, make sure that you're stretching very slowly. You don't want to pull the muscle too fast, okay, and create an injury. So make sure you're doing it correctly. Make sure your body's in the correct position, so we're targeting the right area that we're trying to release, okay, and then now you'll have some comfort, okay, and relief in your buttocks, okay, and you'll be able to walk better, get up out of the chair better, jog, ride your bike, go running, whatever it is, the activities that you're doing, okay, you'll have some relief because now your body's not all bundled up and tight, okay. So, if you like this video, you can go ahead and give me a thumbs up. That lets me know that you're enjoying the content that I'm bringing with you. And if you have some questions or any concerns or anything like that based on this video, you can either email me or you can put a comment in the comment section at the bottom of this video and I'll get right back with you. So if you email me, my email address is sandy@suw2bf.com. Get in touch with me and let me know how you if you have any questions based on the stretching positions that we're going on with. And if you need a video or a program written out for you to help you reach your fitness goal, you can contact me through the email I just gave you or make a comment in the comment section. I'll get right back with you and we'll talk about how we can get you to reach your fitness goal. So, guys, you know I'm going to say, hey, let's make the simple things in life simple again in bodily movement, okay? And God bless, and we'll see you on the next video.